cái mình nhuận nó mì rồi mình nhuận nó tụ âu mì từng một âu mì rồi từng mình nhuận nó từng một âu mì rồi nó từng một âu mì lo xưa nè từ đó mình nhuận nó một âu mì đó ra đây nè nó bao rồi bây giờ tụ bao ra đây nè nó nào rồi giờ tao biết tự theo ra đây nè nó chém cho xíu li xíu số số xíu tiêu chỉ muốn nên có đi không cái ư. Cầu ta cover that. You can park whatever you want. Either way, back or front, bumper to bumper, they don't care. Either way you can park. So that's it. Here see map how to just deploy. Lock up. Gonna just map how to the artery. See the look me. Yes, in the powder. Karena lah super hungry tu, lelah order. Nana dulu, nana. Phải vô nữa được rồi. Không ra là phải đi xin lỗi. Mình sẽ vô phân trà sư. Vô phân trà sư. See? No wrong for too far. One come, one go. One come first, one go lazy. No room. No room for two car. No room for two. Taruh jatuh.
Yeah, run through. Yeah, let the bar. There you go. You call so you can see the phone. No, it's a proof that they actually hit the bar. 1, 2, 3. One more push. 1, 2,
直的那海呀，lúc rồi và khen nộp bơ ta tơi là nó lúc là la lúc non ta nó nư
nó to nó không
Large family. Look at guys, the volcano is over there, opposite, 8 miles far away, like a crow fly. 8 miles.
cái vực khi nào nhau phải luôn là mình
Lava never
Đi nào.
reached the top. Pompeii
nó
was destroyed
cú phải nó tôi phải nó làm la luôn rõ trận nó la luôn rõ trận nó
Imagine guys, it was the year 79 AD when there was a big explosion. For 3 days and 3 nights, a huge, massive quantity of forms, stones, rocks and ash exploded high in the sky, and just because of the northern wind, all this volcanic material rained over the town. So imagine it was a rain of rocks and firestones over the town. 45
came
meters. That's why all the roofs, all the second stories collapsed. All around we find original pavement. We also find original walls with the paintings. But we always miss the upper part of the buildings. Now, just because the ash is something very fertile, few years after the eruption of Vesuvius, above the town grew the vegetation. And all the area became a green hill just like the one opposite. Under the green hill over there, we still have 1/4 of Pompeii buried. 25% of Pompeii is still under the volcanic material. Okay? Well, Pompeii at the Roman time was a seaport town. At the end of this road, half a mile down there, they got once the Mediterranean Sea and so the Pio of Pompeii. The sea which is nowadays always in this direction, but it is 2 miles from here. That's because all the volcanic material pushed the shore far from here. So seaport town, commercial town, trading center. About 20,000 people used to live here at the time, 20,000 people. And they used to sell good qualities of olive oil, wine, clothes, vases, wooden furniture, and so at the time as well, every day used to come here travelers, sailors, merchants. But you understand, all of them were just men. At the time, women and kids were staying home. Just men who like to spend a good time here in Pompeii after a long trip. And so in Pompeii, very large number of wine bars, casino, fast food, brothels, almost everything was at the disposal of those men coming here every day. You understand that these buildings opposite, built outside the city walls, were on the lower part, the spa. So when the people arrived here, they were able to have a shower. They got massaged by the slaves. They relaxed. And then, on the upper part, many walls split in very small rooms where they got prostitutes. So massage, sauna, sex, and then they went in the town of Pompeii. Just like a kind of a welcome. In this tour, I would like to show you the best example of each building. We'll see the best example of a private home, best example of a brothel, best example of a wine bar. So doing the tour in this way, at the end of it, we'll have a complete idea of a typical ancient Roman town. Okay? Imagine, guys, colors everywhere. Not just the walls of the wealthy houses, but the walls of the entire town. You see, they were always covered by plaster and decorated by colors. It was a very colorful town, and that's because good combination of colors make your feeling good. They were preparing also psychology, all those travelers, to spend the money in an happy way, with the colors, meals, wine, women, almost like when we go nowadays to Las Vegas. And why do you think there are millions of colorful lights? Because once over there, people feel alive, feel good, feel happy. And they spend the money without thinking too much. That's probably the town of Pompeii 2,000 years ago. Okay? Please. Okay, everything there. And the local people were enjoying a beautiful view all around the Bay of Naples with the breeze from the sea. A place we used to say location, location, location. Okay? The roads are still those originals. Here, among the dark lava stones, we find the small and white marble chips, which were used during the night to recognize the road, just like the reflectors, the cat's eyes, you know, to reflect either the moonlight or the torches light that people got during the evenings. With the sidewalk left and right all over, it means a great respect for the pedestrians. and a large number of shops all along the road. You see all these empty rooms were all shops. And at the time, placed this way, at the time all the shops got a large entrance with a track on the floor used for the sliding doors. So now, since this moment, whenever you find an empty room with a track for the sliding door, you're able to understand there was a shop. And normally, between the shops, just like here, they got the entrance to a private home. That's because the families used to live behind the shops. And just the slaves they got used to work in 2 shops left and right. For each house, they always got 2 shops. The space used by the shops along the road was just used behind for the living rooms, like I show you later when we visit a private home. But now, fix in your mind, going all around, we always find the same. Shop, house, shop. The building is over, and again, shop, house, shop, and so on. And the slaves they got used to live on a second story, where it was hot in summer and cold in winter. By the way, wherever we go, you need to imagine the second stories of all the buildings. Later on I show you and I tell you the reason why we know about the second stories everywhere. Okay? Please. Yeah, the same shop, house, shop. Look. The sidewalk all around used to be paved as well, like you can see over here. Because you needed to know that in this town, all was paved, all was covered by plaster, all was decorated by colors. Sometimes this ancient town was better built than a modern one. For this kind of pavement, they got the idea of recycling. You understand? Most of the stuff made nowadays by plastic, at the time was made by terracotta. And now we have the problem with the massive quantity of plastic. And to the time, the same problem they got with the broken terracotta. Outside of the city walls, they got hills of broken terracotta. So what can we do? The idea of recycling. Like you can see, they did the terracotta stones very small and mixed by concrete, by mortar, they paved the sidewalk all around. And always using the small and white marble chips like the reflectors. In the meantime, the animals going along the roads, just like donkeys, horses, cows, they normally left excrements on the road. And that's why all the roads were just made a bit slants. And all year round, they got many water fountains, always left open. Well, imagine the water from the fountains flowing along the road was always cleaning and washing the road. And just because they got always running water along the roads, that we have the sidewalk all over, all along which pedestrians used to go, and every time central stepping stones used by the pedestrians to cross the road, avoiding wet feet. The carts, the carriages, the wagons, how they could pass through, just and always because pulled by 2 animals. Never one, always 2. Let's say 2 donkeys in line with the 2 wheels. 1 donkey on a wheel to the left, 1 donkey on a wheel to the right, 1 wagon in this direction, another one on the other side. 2-way streets. And they drove on the left. Why? Having in this way the right hand at the center of the road, either to share the end with the other one, or just in case to fight with the other one coming on the other side. Either, okay? Please. Stay together because the area is huge. If someone gets lost, we need to wait the next eruption of Vesuvius to find it again, okay? This is the main square, Forum. The Forum was the main square in every Roman town. The volcano over there was, before the eruption, much higher than now. You should take with your fantasy the very left side and the very right side, all the way up in the sky. Just connect the two sides and you really understand how big the volcano was before the eruption. 1/4 of it exploded, blew up. If you understand how big it was once, you can also better understand how big was the explosion and the massive quantity of rocks and stones which rained over the town. Here the main square, the Forum, the center of the political, religious, commercial, social Romans life. Forum. But you understand, still today, on internet, online, we have forums where people are still able to meet and socialize. In what we're able to understand in all these too is that all the stuff, all the things we have today in our modern cities and towns, they got this origin. All was invented, created and used by the Romans at the time, and we still and just continuing what they did. Okay, the cat's eyes, the sidewalk, the crosswalk, and we're still at the very beginning. Well, all around the square, they got the most important buildings. Here to the left, the Palace of Justice, the Tribunal, the Courthouse, just showing the importance of the justice in the town. Opposite, above the stairs, the Temple of Jupiter. Jupiter was the supreme god, just like Zeus for the Greeks, Jupiter for the Romans, showing the religious power in the town. Some of the most beautiful shops around the square, showing the economical power. And behind, all made by bricks, the municipality, the city hall, just showing the political power. Well, right now you understand that all the most important institutional buildings were all around the square. The square, guys, which was all paved by real marble, like you can see over here. Marble which has been stolen during the first excavations. Imagine outside, okay? Transported outside of the town. Where starts one of the main roads. It is 1 mile long. East to west was the longest side of Pompeii. It was having no electricity, the sunlight was important. Here, no, look on mine. Here, from the sunrise till to the sunset, they always got the sunlight along this side. East, west. See the sun? Okay? And everything looks like in a modern town. Sidewalk left and right, crosswalk in the middle, shops and houses left and right. But most of all, you need to imagine the second stories of the buildings having either a balcony or a terrace, but just so large, like the sidewalk in the middle. So this way, the people used to walk in the shade during the sunny day, but also covered during the rainy day. What we are able to understand going all around is the things were done for a good life of the common people. Common people paid the tax. Common people were ready to fight to support the emperor in Rome. Common people deserve a good treatment. Imagine, guys, that in this Roman Empire, men and women, rich and poor, all of them used to go to the same Colosseum and just sitting in different sections, all of them were able to enjoy the same games. All of them were able to go to the spa. And you send all your friends in that direction.
Okay.
Tell your friends
I'm
to
gonna
follow
put
those
on
directions.
Facebook.
Thả lông cơ nha.
Niềm tía nè. Tôi nói chia sẻ
Mà cái phone tay kinh.
Chỉ có tay cái tao để ta lấy
cũng chạy có Facebook.
At the Roman time, they were able to go in here and have fun in here. Okay? Now we go down there. Right. There instead of walking smoother.
từ lúc trong thứ tờ lọ nó ở cha họ chỉ bói kho vô cái nổ nhau kho tư lý giờ là mất khi ta là lo yêu cha
Tôi mất khi ta nên tia Trong chỉ mua chợ nó liếng rồi. Mua chợ ba chỗ y lòi họ.
All has been excavated. The volcanic material has been transported outside. You want to see the volcanic material? I understand, but if everything has been excavated, if you want some lava stones, I take some lava stones for you, no problem.
Okay.
The theater, yeah. Oh, the theater is over there, and this area was the foyer of the theater. They got the roof running between the columns and the walls. The roof was running all around, and underneath the roof they got the stands with the drinks and food. Because during the second, the third, or the fourth time, people used to come over here and have drinks and food with others. This was a place where the families used to socialize. They used to organize also the marriage of your daughter with my son. So it was a place where all the families of Pompeii used to come very well dressed, and they used to come to see and to be seen by the others. That's why till 45 or 50 years ago, we used to go to the theater very elegant. Now we go with the sportswear. But you understand that 40 years ago, when the people went to the theater, were all very elegant. Because this was a tradition coming from the Roman time. They came here with the gold and diamonds, with a beautiful dress, to see and to be seen by others. Okay? We go to the theater. That's why Romulus and Remus, the two Roman brothers, were represented by a Roman artist under a she-wolf, because they were found in a basket all along the river in Rome and brought up by a prostitute. Just the symbol of the prostitutes at the time was a she-wolf. Okay? Some of the prostitutes were freelance, very few, free working, but most of them were slaves working together with other girls in a building. Now here I show you the two systems. The one building with the she-slaves and the single room with a private prostitute, with a free woman prostitute. Allora guys, understand, the Roman Empire treated all the families in a good way, because wealthy families paid a larger tax, but they were trying to avoid the kids to go to the army. Poor families did a lot of kids, lot of children, mostly boys, good for the army. So for the Roman Empire, the wealthy families and the poor families were all important. And that's why all of them used to go to the same theater, to the same stage, to the same spa, anyway. Some of them paid the tax, others did the kids good for the army. See? And that's the pointing. And so all the people went in there. One of the reasons why the Roman Empire lasted many centuries, it is also thanks to the sanitation. They got the clean towns, clean people, because they went to the spa, clean houses and clean towns. So thanks to the water they were able to wash everything, and so not so many diseases at the time. Okay? And for you the pictures are important, that's why if you come with me, I let you make the best pictures. You understand how beautiful decorated was once with the ceiling. But the question is right there. How come that this small part is so well preserved and this larger part collapsed? Because the volcano is in this direction. The rocks, the stones that came from this direction broke this larger part of the ceiling. The volcanic material came in the room, stopped next to the wall, and filling up supported a small part of it. Imagine like a wave of volcanic stones coming from this direction. And now here. Inside the niches all around, they go out, guys, everybody. the day is long and the things beautiful are so many. Be sure you have enough battery or enough pictures for the rest of the day. Because you go to see the Amalfi Coast, there are many beautiful things. So be sure you have photos enough and battery enough for the rest of the day. Okay? Well, inside the niches over here, they got oils, creams, perfumes, cosmetics for the body massage. You understand? The men are laying down on top of these bronze benches, and 3 are still originals, but after the time they got the many others all around. They got the massage by the slaves, 25 or 30 minutes of massage, and then to the soup. And just because the country, there is an oven which is just like the same. We're still doing it nowadays in a beautiful Italian pizzeria. Same quality of bricks, same arch, small wooden story, and the dome inside. When the bread was ready, in here they got olive oil, a bit of olive oil. In there, salt with the spice, a bit of salt with the spice, and the bread was ready to serve.
How do they turn it? What do they use to turn it?
The slits.
Oh, the slits.
Yes, I showed you before. The slits are turning over. Okay, and that's the bacon. Into the office of the owner. Then we can see a large number of jars, amphoras, vases. That's the only containers they got at the time. That's why different size and shapes. But those with the conic bottom were just specific for the wine, because the sediments of the wine went down and stopped at the conic bottom, and also because the cellars got the holes in the ground, inside which 3/4 of a jar to keep cool the wine. Okay? Here, look, there is an anchor which has been found down to the Pier of Pompeii. Just the same we're still using today for the modern boat. Then we can see a marble statue, which is one of those 45 statues which decorated the square to the top.
Do you know who the statue is?
No, because we did not find a description, and so we don't have it. The stairs leading up to the second floor, which represent a way to play the lyra. The lyra is a Roman instrument which has been stolen in Japan. But this is also the reason why still today so many theatres are still dedicated to him. We have the Apollo Theatre in New York, Apollo Theatre in Philadelphia, in Chicago, in London, in Rome, everywhere. It's because Apollo was the god of the music. And in the middle of the temple, there is an altar for the sacrifices. You understand, the Romans never did the human sacrifices, but just animals. They got a strong tradition that everything to be started, private or public, might have the approval of gods. Some examples. I like to start a new job, a new business. Or I like to get married. What I have to do? I come over here. I pay the priest. The priest to do the sacrifice of a lamb or a pig. They used to take the entrails out and put them on the top of the altar. And just by the shape of the entrails, the priest could forecast if gods were willing or not. And of course they said yes or not, just in always according to the money they had. Well, it really looks a bit funny, but you know, after 2,000 years, things have not changed. Today we have the fortune tellers, the palm tellers, in some occasions the economists, and we still have people believing in it. So people really never change. Here we can also see the columns built with the very first technique of prefabrication. Because like you can see the columns were made in factory.
Good, thầy đua đó, những cái thầy đua ở trên này, sau đua lịch trả hậu tư, chuyện đã chỉ hậu lên nè, cho nó này, chuyện đã chỉ hậu đi, chuyện hậu sao? Whoa, whoa, terrible, whoa, whoa, đồ chia được, đồ chia hay đi, mà tao, đó.
Soi cũng là Chinese restaurant đó.
Để bên cái chung đây là phải sâu. American flag. No light traffic light. First come first serve. Đừng để là tầm ba đừng nữa, lòng đó, vót ngon từ nó nữa, từ nó, nó chỉ than tới chưa, học lại. Pizza, Ronnie, you know the first pizza. You. Ayo, non itu tuh na pizza.
Nó yêu tụi em qua này pizza sợ lắm đó.
Có để cho có phải gì mà.
Còn này nó có hoạt động rất là những cái tốt cho nó là
Đây nó nè, có thơ nó họ. Còn có cái ngó. Nó đã đâu, chờ mấy người nó có lúc từ là lúc ca này, có lúc từ đi đu, từ họ, lúc ca này, có sai lúc từ oh là pizza là tuần tới thì rồi nó là pizza thì rồi là pizza pastiche được thằng ta chém cừu ta đó cho nó pizza nó đó ui ai lúc hay là lo cơ cổ đi ra pizza là tuần tới thì rồi ăn phần là pizza đó rồi
Lúc đó chứ là Royal Palace. Rồi đó. Mấy
bỏ lên
bọc hạt luôn hay
giờ đi cho là cái liệt cũng ra lúc box là có nét cổ sao này
số
này nó cái cháu con nó đâu là
số cái khăn hôm nay là rong cô cơ chứ rong cô cơ cái tầng đó cái nó nó pizza nó tầm tôi nhìn pass pizza nó được chia cơ là một tầm nào cái nào được chế được nó thì là cái gì nào luôn vòng vây chỗ được gì trong một cái gì đó chả nó